Hello everybody, welcome to Shake Hand with Life YouTube channel. Here on this channel, you can watch a variety of videos and build up your engineering and management skills. And if you are new on this channel, then please subscribe this channel and press the bell icon. So whenever there is a new video uploaded on this channel, you may get the notifications about the new video upload. I am Narendra Sharma. And in this particular video, I am going to start the clause 7, which describes the support in ISO 9001-2015 quality management system requirements. And in this particular video, I am going to discuss the very first clause, first sub-clause of clause 7, which describes about the resources required in general for effective implementation of quality management system. Now, talking a little bit about the clause 7, which describes the support, it has 5 sub-clauses. Clause number 7.1 talks about the resources. Clause number 7.2 talks about the competence. Clause number 7.3 talks about awareness. Clause number 7.4 is about the communication. And clause number 7.5 talking about the documented information. Now, the clause number 7.1, which describes about the resources, this also has divided in 5 sub-clauses. 7.1.1 is general requirement. 7.1.2 is talking about the people required for the effective implementation of quality management system as a resource. 7.1.3 is talking about the infrastructure requirement, and 7.1.4 talking about the environment for the operation of the processes of quality management system, and 7.1.5 talking about the monitoring and measuring resources. But because this video is about the general requirement and our focus is on the clause 7.1.1. Now, come to the clause 7.1.1. In general, the organization shall determine and provide the resources needed for the establishment, implementation, maintenance, and continual improvement of the quality management system. This is what the clause number 7.1.1 is talking about, that the organization in which the quality management system is going to be implemented, it has to provide the resources needed for the establishment, implementation, maintenance, and continual improvement of the quality management system. Therefore, the organization shall consider A, the capabilities of and constraints on existing internal resources. The organization shall consider its internal resources and its capabilities and the limitations of its internal existing resources. And B, what needs to be obtained from external service providers. In case of the limitations of internal resources, what needs to be, what type of external resources the organization required in case of limitations of internal resources. So this is the clause number 7.1.1 is talking about. Now, in the next slide, I will describe this clause in detail. ISO 9001-2008 discuss about the resources in clause number 6.1. Previously, the 9001 2008 describe the resources in clause 6.1, but in 2015 it mentioned in clause number 7.1, and 2015 removes any mention of resources for customer satisfaction. In 2008 the clause number 6.1 also mentioned about the resources for customer satisfaction, but in 2015 it does not discuss any kind of resources for customer satisfaction, and mentioned in clause 6 and adds then what the clause number 7.1 talking about in 2015. It adds consideration of capabilities. It removes the resources for customer satisfaction. 2015 in 7.1 removes the resources for customer satisfaction and adds consideration of capabilities of and constraints on existing internal resources and what needs to be obtained from external service providers. So this is what the clause number 7.1.1 is talking about. And the top management has the responsibility to ensure the availability of the resources. The top management has to ensure the availability of the resources to develop and maintain quality management system of the organization. Clause number 7.1 also talks about determination of the nature and availability of such resources, and this typically done through businesses and quality planning. What type of resources? Existing internal resources and the resources required from the external service providers, and these resources can be determined with the help of business and quality planning. Having adequate resources is vital to ensure product conformity or satisfy customer requirements. If the organization wants to product conformity, confirms all the requirements of the product related to the product and also confirms the customer requirements, then the organization must have adequate resources required to manufacture a product or to deliver a service. Therefore, it has adequate number of personnel, material, equipment to ensure timely production and to deliver the product to the customer. Top management must review quality management system performance regularly, which I will discuss in clause number 9.3.3 later on, because the actual amount of resources needed may vary day to day and over time. Because the amount of resources as the time passes and day to day the number of resources may depleted, therefore on the basis of the requirement of the resources, amount of the resources, actual availability of the resources, the top management must review the quality management performance regularly. While planning for resources needed, the organization must consider what existing internal resources it has, considering its capabilities and constraints, and what needs to be obtained by external providers. When the organization plan for the resources required, the first thing the organization has to do, it must consider what are the existing internal resources and what are the capabilities of the existing internal resources and what are the constraints of the existing internal resources. For example, the people are not capable to measure the dimensions of the product. Therefore, the organization has to arrange training program for the employees. Therefore, on the basis of understanding of the capabilities of the internal resources, the organization has to plan a training program uh, uh, by the external service providers. Develop performance indicators for each major category of resources used, such as machinery and equipment. The organization has to develop performance indicators to measure, to understand the capabilities or the performance of the existing resources. Human resources, machinery and equipment, human resources, facility and environment, transportation, communication system, etc. Why? Why the organization has to develop the performance indicators? To determine the effective use of such resources. This also being used in case the resources is being made available by external service providers. Therefore, in both cases, internal existing resources, and in case of taking the or hiring the or outsourcing the external service providers, the organization has to develop the performance indicators to determine the effective use of such resources. Now, where the resource planning process is performed off-site, for example, the head office, the resource planning is not done on the actual site, and it is planning at off-site, such as the head office. Quality management system process must include off-site process within your quality management system and ensure such process comply with ISO 9001 requirements. So in case of off-site planning process, the process must comply with the ISO 9001 requirements, and the evidence is must required. Evidence of the off-site compliance may include a copy of their ISO 9001 certification, results of internal audits to ISO 9001, and auditing the outsourced facility, etc. These type of proof or evidence required in case of off-site, or you can say the third party compliance in case of third party resource planning. And the expectation is, what is the expectation? The expectation is to flow down to the off-site facility the relevant ISO 9001 requirements that you would have to implement. You had carried out the process at your own facility. Now, what is the flow down? Flow down clause is a contract provision by which the parties incorporate the terms of general contract between the owner and the outsource. So you can say that the off-site resource planning can be done by on the outsource facility or outsource service provider. Therefore, the parties incorporate the terms of general contract between owner and the outsource facility into the lower tier agreement, and it may also be referred to as a pass-through or conduit clause. This is also referred as a pass-through or conduit clause. Now let's have a quick recap. This is all about the clause 7.1.1, and the recap is: the organization shall consider the capabilities of and constraints on existing internal resources and what needs to be obtained from external service providers. This is the first requirement in general of 7.1.1 when we plan the resources. The top management has the responsibility to ensure the availability of the resources, determine the nature and availability of resources through business and quality planning. Having adequate resources is vital to ensure product conformity or satisfy customer requirements. The top management must review quality management system performance regularly because of variation in resource consumption, and develop performance indicators for each major category of resources used. And in case of resource planning at offsite, quality management system process must include offsite process within your quality management system and ensure such process comply with ISO 9001 requirements. So this is all about the clause number 7.1.1. If you have any question or suggestion regarding this video, then please do write your feedback in comment box. Like this video and share this video among your friends and colleagues. And don't forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon, so whenever there is a new video uploaded on the channel, you may get the notifications about the new video upload. Thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day. See you in my next video. Thank you.